started looking at digital workflow in complete denture production. Okay, and we did the introductory phase. Yes, not yesterday, last week. So we will try to finish off this complete workflow in digital workflow in complete denture production. So I've titled that the phase 2 of the session. What I'm looking to do is to perhaps next teaching, which will be tomorrow, we could use that to go through everything that we have covered. Perhaps that could be one way that the new people can catch up as well. So I'll sort that out because your exams will be starting very soon. I've been notified to submit questions for the examinations, so I think we might do it that way, so that can help everyone to use that session as a revision session. However, for today, what we've done is to structure this session into similar ways that we've been doing it. We're going to have a quick recap on some of the things that we did last week. We will try to understand and explore the future of digital dentures, and we will also expand on digital workflow in complete denture production. We will do some in-class activity. Before now, I did give you guys a video to watch. How many people watched the video? One person. So only one person watched the video. Yeah? Okay, Chiamarachi. Okay, so I want to assume that most of you have watched that video. Okay, did you learn anything from the video? Good. So, the learning outcome for this session today is that at the end of this very section, you will be able to understand, explore and understand the future of digital dentures. You will be able to expand on digital workflow in complete denture production, and you'll be able to review the benefits of digital dentures in dental technology. Okay, so we'll have a bit of a recap on what we did last week, which will be like the last part of what we did, just to get us started into what we have scheduled for today. So last week we made an introduction into this digital dentures, and we actually started by saying by setting the foundations for digital workflow in denture production. Okay, and I said that the fundamentals of digital dentures examines the most important technical considerations that determine the workflow in the dental laboratory when designing digital dentures using digital dental systems. And we have already looked at many different components of the digital dental system. If you look on the screen there, you see a few pictures of intraoral scanners, the CAD system, and see the CAD/CAM system, and all of that. You can see the digital design on the screen and all of that. So this is just to let you know that about the foundation of digital denture production. So we also went further to expand that when it comes to designing and producing digital dentures, it is very important that you understand the various technical factors at different stages of the process. So there are different stages of the process of a digital denture production. So the stages will begin with your intraoral scanning, which will be similar to what you would normally do using impression trays and urgeness to take impression in a patient's mouth and all of that. And then instead of you going into manual lab fabrication, you now have to export the images that you have captured using the intraoral scanners into a system that you will use to actually begin to design the denture visually, instead of going into the laboratory to do the stone casting and all of that processes that we are all used to. Okay, so these processes influence your denture design outcome. So your understanding of the stages of digital denture production and what dental systems that you need at each stage will help you to influence the outcome of your the outcome of your digital denture. Okay, and don't think that the fact that you are doing a denture digitally means that it will come out perfect. If your design is wrong, if you have designed it wrong, if you have done the intraoral scanning wrong, then there are issues that will arise when you produce the denture. Okay, so let's not assume that because we are talking about digital, that anything that comes out of digital is going to be perfect. It has to be something that you have designed in such a way that it meets the criteria for perfection in the context of the denture that you are producing. So many of these details are interlinked. So the many of the details that you need to know, they are interlinked. So one leads to the other and the other stage leads to the other stage. So it's important for us to be aware of that. And because they are interlinked, they affect both the design as well as the manufacturing processes and are either implemented before or during the design workflow. Okay, so let's understand that if you want to go into digital denture production, you just don't need to know only one aspect of the process. You need to be familiar with the process all through. If you watched that video that I gave you, you can see the process of digital denture production. From you can see the design, you can see the capturing, you can see the design, you can see the production, and then you can see the finishing aspect of it. And then we did look at evolution of denture fabrications as well, where it was the thing that led us into going into the history of denture production. Okay, we covered extensively the history of denture production. The reason why I decided to take us back through the history of denture production is for us to appreciate where we are right now and where we are going in the future when it comes to denture production. So we said that the evolutions, we have the conventional denture production, and then we have the hybrid denture production, which combines the digital and the conventional, and then we have the full digital denture production. So the shift in workflow efficiency and accuracy is what we represent by this shift. You can see the workflow efficiency and the workflow accuracy. Before, when you were doing everything manually, you know what it takes. And I remember we have had a conversation here to say no matter how good of a dental technologist you are, that it is very, very difficult for you to produce the same denture twice and all the characteristics will be exactly the same. You may not have the ability to copycat yourself. You may not be able to photocopy your own denture even though you are the same person that is doing the denture. Okay, so that is one of the things that digital dentures have eliminated for us. There is high level of accuracy and efficiency in the denture production and the workflow. If you look at this picture here, this again shows you a picture of the processes of digital denture production. Okay, you can see from the intraoral scanning to the CAN design to the CADs, and then pushed to the printers where it is printed and manufactured. So you can see the curing equipment there that you use to cure the denture as opposed to what you would do before. And then you can see the mounting where you have to do the finishing touches, separating the denture itself from from the holder when it is printed. And then remember, if you watch that video properly, you will see that when the digital dentures are produced, they come in two parts. The base and the upper part, the teeth side of it will come separately, and then you can fuse them together, cure them, and then they can actually fuse together and become one. Okay, so you need to understand each of those processes for you to be able to effectively produce an accurate denture that will not require you going back into making amendments and reproducing the dentures altogether. So thinking about the future of digital dentures, we looked at advancement and innovation in digital denture production, or in denture production. Okay, we looked at advancement and innovations in denture production, and we say that as technology continues to advance, the field of dentistry is constantly evolving, and this also reaches denture production, which are with no exceptions. Okay, so when we talk about digital dentistry in general, because this module is not about digital dentures, it is about digital dentistry. So we're learning everything, application of digital technologies in dental clinics, in dental clinical workflow. But we are summarizing it, looking particularly at digital dentures because of our own career pathway as dental technologists. So it is important for us to understand that as these technologies continue to advance the field of dentistry, then it does not exempt denture production. Okay, so researchers and dental professionals are actively working on developing new materials, techniques, and technologies to enhance the comfort, aesthetics, and functionality of dentures. Now, we know that when dentures are produced digitally, the level of comfort, the level of aesthetics that you can achieve, the level of patient comfort, patient satisfaction is significantly higher than what it used to be when things are done manually. You have less number of patients returning back to you to complain that the denture doesn't fit properly, the denture is hurting them, the denture is causing a sores in their mouth and ulcers and all of that. Remember, we have looked at misconceptions again in denture, in the use of dentures as well. Now, some of those misconceptions that we considered in the use of dentures are as a result of people's experience as well. Okay, if people did not have sufficient positive experience in wearing the dentures that has been produced manually, then they can spread false news about the use of dentures, and that can actually lead to false beliefs about the use of dentures and artificial teeth. So we are going to look at some notable advancements and innovations that are shaping the future of denture productions. So if you look at this could be, if you like, you can look at this as the anatomy of a digital denture. Okay, so try to study this. You can see all the different parts there that are all labeled, and you can see how accurate it looks, which looks a bit more accurate, even though we have not fitted it. It's only a picture, but you can appreciate it visually, knowing that this product seems close to perfect and looks very comfortable and aesthetic as well, with minimal errors. Some of the characteristics of this digital denture include that you have a rapid print. Up to 8 denture bases can be printed in just 2 hours. Okay, which is close to impossible to do that in a manual dental laboratory. Okay, it is very difficult for you to achieve that in a manual dental laboratory. No grinding is required. You can see those, and exceptional wear resistance is also there included. So try to appreciate the output of a digital denture production and the workflow. So let's take this process one segment at a time. Let's see how far we can go with this. So looking at the digital dentures there, when we say digital, you can see the picture on the screen. This is the time when the denture is being designed visually on a screen. So you can use this, you can use your computer with the software. This is the computer aided design stage of the denture production, and you can see how the software, which you will have in your system can help you to actually make that visual design with high level of accuracy and precision. So we say that digital denture fabrication involves the use of advanced computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacturing. So these are the CADs and CAMs. Remember, during the early stages of our lectures, we have looked at the CADs and the CAM systems, and we looked at their advantages and their disadvantages. We looked at the machines, the equipment that is required for this stage of digital denture workflow. So we say that we can use this in dental technology to create high, precise, and customized denture. So your denture, once you involve the use of CADs and the CAMs, you are looking at a product, you're looking at an output that has high level of precision. Okay, so it will be a kind of custom made for the patient. Okay, and then we said that these technologies allow for a more accurate fit, improved aesthetics, and reduced chairside time during the fabrication process. So the time you would have normally spent when you are doing the time that you would have spent doing a manual denture production is reduced significantly once you incorporate the use of the CAD/CAM system. Okay, so one of the advantages of the use of CAD/CAM system is that you can actually be able to reduce your chair side time to a very low minimal time spent on producing one single denture at a time. And we say that digital dentures they also provide the opportunity for dentists to easily store and replicate denture designs for future replacement. So this is one other advantage that you can get incorporating the use of CAD/CAM system in your denture workflow. This gives you the opportunity to store that in a patient's file electronically, and this means that when that patient returns, let's say the patient loses the denture or whatever happens to the denture and the patient needs that denture again, before you would go manually to take the patient through the entire process of denture production. If your patient lost their denture, they will return back to you. You will do the ordinates again, you will do the impression again, you will do the stone casting again, and all of that. So the digital denture incorporation of the CAD/CAM system in your denture production workflow will eliminate all those problems completely, because you are able to store that into the patient's file, and if the patient needs it again, you just send it to the printer and the printer produces that same denture for you with high level of precision and accuracy, exactly as it was before with the first one. The second aspect of the future of digital denture production is the implant supported dentures. Again, we've talked about implant supported dentures. I don't know how many of you have produced any implant supported denture manually. Is there any person here that you've done a manual production of implant supported dentures? You've done that before, one person, okay. Okay, some people said they've not tried it yet. Do we have Hillary? Is Hillary with us today? Yeah, Hillary, have you done that before in Uganda? Yes. Okay. So we can see it's not many of us have actually done implant supported denture manually. So let's look at the use of digital systems to produce implant supported dentures. So we say that implant supported dentures offer a more stable and secure solution for individuals with missing teeth. Okay, and we say that dental implants are surgically placed into the jawbone, serving as anchors to the denture. Remember, we have talked about the CBCT system in our digital dentistry class. Yeah, we've talked about the use of CBCT. So before we come to the placement of the denture, we also need to incorporate the use of CBCT in order to precisely map out where the implant will be placed in the patient's mouth. Okay, with high level of precision. So that surgical aspect will have to happen, and the implants will be put in position after the process have finished before we come to the placement of the digital of the dentures. Okay, so this helps to prevent denture slippage and improves overall fitting and chewing functionality. Now, who are the people that are most likely to go for implant supported denture? These are people that don't have the time and the patience to actually be pulling off their teeth and putting it back, and people that don't even want to remember, well, they don't want to know that they are wearing artificial teeth. Okay, so they just want it to be back as close to as normal as it was before, okay, when they had their natural teeth. So these are some of the people that will go for, that will opt for implant supported denture. They want it fixed, they want it sealed, they want something that is close to permanent. So implant supported dentures provide a more natural feel and can significantly enhance the quality of life for individuals with extensive tooth loss. Okay, so when you have extensive tooth loss, we've talked here in class some of the disadvantages of wearing denture. We say that some people have accidentally have their dentures jump out of their mouth in the public when they are addressing a group of people. I've seen video of a man addressing a church and his denture just jumps out of his mouth. That was very embarrassing. Not many people want to go through that kind of embarrassment. So while the process of obtaining and using an implant supported denture might be more tedious than the process of using a regular denture, most people will still prefer to go for implant supported dentures regardless, because of the level of comfort that they will get after the process is completed. So let's be aware of that. And also the other system is the 3D printing technology. Okay, again, remember at the beginning we've looked at advantages and disadvantages of the 3D printing system, because we've looked at every one of these systems, but now we are specifically looking at it in the context of the workflow of the digital denture production. Okay, and now we say that the advent of 3D printing technology has revolutionized various industries, including dentistry. So we need to understand that 3D printing was not originally, did not originate from the dental laboratory. Okay, 3D printing did not originate from the dental laboratory. This is as a result of people thinking outside the box. Again, when you consider the origin of 3D printing, when people started 3D printing certain things, and some dental high thinkers and advanced thinkers will be thinking, we can actually use this in our denture production. What if we have a system that can actually produce the denture, that can print a denture that will be an accurate representation of what we have designed, instead of doing this manually? Some people thought about this and then decided to bring this into dental denture production. Okay, and it has worked significantly well, and this is the future of digital denture. This is the future of denture production. So we say that with 3D printing, dentures can be fabricated using digital models, allowing for greater precision and customization. So this eliminates human error. Okay, at the printing stage, it eliminates human error. Once the design is complete and you are satisfied with the design, then you send that work to the printer, and you will get with high level of precision a replica of what you have visually designed. And again, this technology also enables faster production time and the ability to create intricate and personalized design. So you can actually personalize your denture design with high level of precision to the satisfaction of the patient. In fact, you can actually, with 3D printing and also digital denture production, you can actually let the patient visualize the denture, agree with it first before it is actually produced. Okay, remember we talked about this when we talked about digital smile design, where the patient sees what their smile will look like before they go through the process of having that smile makeover. So as 3D printing technologies continue to advance, it is expected to play a significant role in the future of denture manufacturing. Now, we have seen what we can achieve now with 3D printing in denture manufacturing, but thinking about the future, this was one of the exercises we did previously. We'll probably return back to that again. Thinking about the future of dental technology workflow, how do you think the 3D printing can advance in denture production? Okay. So the other things that we need to be aware of is the use of bioactive materials in denture production. Okay, and in digital dentistry as well. So we say that bioactive materials are gaining attention in denture fabrications as well. Okay, and these materials can stimulate the regeneration and repair of oral tissues, promoting better integration between the denture and the underlying gum. So the use of bioactive material, there is bioactive material, there are nanotechnologies as well. I did attend I attended a seminar where a professor in nanotechnology was actually talking about their experiment to, produce some kind of nanotechnology that can be used to regrow the teeth. So there are people that are actively working on nanotechnology to see how we can actually make the dental tissues to regrow themselves again, because it is already happening with other aspects of life. So we are thinking that in the nearest future we might be able to regrow the teeth itself using nanotechnology and bioactive materials. But now we're talking about bioactive materials being able to enhance the integration of the denture that you have produced with the surrounding tissues as well. So these materials can stimulate the regeneration and repair of oral tissues, promoting better integration between the dentures and the underlying gum. The bioactive denture materials can potentially improve the long-term health and stability of inflammation and bone loss as well. Okay. Sorry, I was going to say that that bioactive denture materials can potentially improve the long-term health and stability of the dentures, reducing issues such as inflammation and bone loss. Okay. So the other one is nanotechnology that I have just mentioned. So we say that nanotechnology in denture materials is also another new thing that we need to be aware of in our digital denture production. So nanotechnologies involve the manipulation of materials at the nanoscale level. Okay. At the nanoscale level, we can manipulate materials to actually behave the way we want them to behave. Researchers are exploring the use of nanomaterials in denture fabrication to enhance strength, stability, and aesthetics as well. So researchers are actively working and looking at how we can incorporate the use of nanotechnologies to enhance denture strength, the strength of the denture, to enhance their durability and also the appearance that they have. And these things are actively being researched in the laboratories as we speak. And it is important that we understand that these things can have the capacity to revolutionize how our workflow, what our workflow in denture production will look like in the nearest future. So, nano composites with improved mechanical properties and surface characteristics can lead to dentures that are more resistant to wear and staining, providing longer lasting and more aesthetically pleasing results. So what this is saying is that when these nanotechnologies are incorporated into denture production, this can lead to a denture that can actually last longer and be, maintain their aesthetics for a very long time in order to give a pleasant a pleasant outcome to the patient. So may I ask